All right, fifth graders, today your homework is on the two properties. We actually worked on 4 today in class, but these are 2 that we reviewed, or that we'll review today. You should also have that section in the front of your binder where it was a 2-page packet that's also talking about these properties, but since it's written here, we can just look up here if we forget. Remember, the commutative property says that you can move things around with addition, commutative of addition. You can move things around and it will still equal the same number. With the associative property, they must stay in the same order, but the part that changes is the part in parentheses. And again, both of these are for addition today. It changes a little bit for multiplication on some of them. Okay, so our first one, oh, by the way, you might want to pause this and grab a calculator because this one has some pretty big numbers, and I don't care quite as much about the numbers as I do that you're able to identify the property. All right, so okay, calculator's ready. If you figure this out and you add it up, you will find out it is 1,109. And then you'll notice that it just switched around, and it will still be on your calculator 1,109. And the property, which one shows us where it switches around, that's the commutative property. It keeps saying it wrong. Commutative. I want to say community, but it's commutative. And then number 2, moving on over, this time we've got parentheses, so we know that we've got associative property. And if you notice, they're all in the same order, so we can go ahead and write that in since we know it. And then we can solve the top one. We must do what's in parentheses first. So if you do that, you'll find out this is 1,375 plus 549 equals 1,925. And we'll do the parentheses here first. That should be 1,154 plus 771, and it should equal the same number, and it does, 1,925. Now down here we got to remember our dollar signs, but again we have the parentheses, so that's showing us that we have the associative property. We can write that in since we know it. We do what's in parentheses first always. Total it up with your calculator and you will find out it is $8.18. Add that to $9.57 and you will get a total of $17.75. On this one we need to do what's in parentheses first, and we get a total of $14.92. Add that to the $2.83 and you get a total that looks just like above, $17.75. Moving across, no dollar signs this time to worry about. We just add straight across, 1,692, and now they mixed them up a little bit. 1,692 is still our total, but our property now is the cumulative, or commutative, because things are moving around. Remember, this only works for addition and multiplication. It won't work for subtraction or division. All right, down here, no order, no parentheses. We can just add straight across, and if we do, we find out it is 3,644. And now they switch the order, same numbers, different order, 3,644. And our property this time is the commutative. This one, we've got those parentheses, so we know it's associative. We do what's in parentheses first, 5,614, and then add it to the 8,765, and you get a total of 14,379. Over on this side, we have to do these parentheses first, and then add the 203, and if you do, you'll get the same number, 4,379. Flip it over. Don't forget there's 2 sides on this one. And no parentheses. We can just add straight across. 158 plus 165 plus 390 plus 830 is a total of 1,543. Now they switched the order up on us, but their numbers are still the same, just a different order, and it's still 1,543. And our property for this one is commutative. Okay, and then number 8, again, they're just moving them around, same numbers, just in a different order. 3,508. That one was pretty easy to add up. No calculator needed, I hope. 3,508. And since we're moving them around, that one is the commutative. And as I said in class today, it helps my mind to think of a community. And in the community, you can move people around to visit other people's houses, but the community doesn't really change. It still stays the same. All right, associative on this one. Whoops, I gave it away. Because we've got the parentheses, we know it's going to be the associative property. And remember, with associative, they're in exactly the same order each time. The thing that changes is where the parentheses go. So we need to solve what's in parentheses first. And if you have your calculator, you'll find out that's 1,858. Add that to the 8,185, and you get a total of 10,040. This time, these parentheses need to be done first. Get in the habit, kids, of writing it above 9,252. So, and then add that to the 788 for a total of 10,040. If you write it above, you can always go back and check to figure out where your mistake was, if you indeed did make a mistake. If you solved it and you realized, hey, these aren't the same, if you wrote it above, you can kind of figure out where that was. Just a good habit to get into with algebra. All right, now we've got some dollar signs, and we've got some parentheses again, so I hope you know, I hope it's coming to you which one you're doing. Must do what's in parentheses first. If you add $5.60 to $12.34, you get a total of $17.94. Add that to the 99 cents, and you get a total of $18.93. And here we need to do again what's in parentheses. 99 cents plus $5.60 is a total of $6.59. Add it to the $12.34, and you get a total the same, $18.93. And I hope you got the property already. That was the associative property. Now down here, they're actually solved for us. No calculator needed on this one. We just have to use a little logic here. If you notice, there's 6,309, 6,309, and I see 13,039 here. So the number that we're missing, actually the add-end that we're missing, is 6,730. And since there are no parentheses and we're just moving numbers around and it's adding, it's addition, that's the additive, I can't say it. This is the commutative property for addition. Okay, and then moving over here, again, we see that they're going to be in the same order. This is the same order, this is the same order. I can predict that this will be 18,786. And since this is the missing add end, this would be 2,030. And with the parentheses in the exact same order, we know that we have the associative property here for addition again. Down here, I see a 400, I see a 700. What I'm missing is 555. And since there's no parentheses and numbers were moving around and it's addition, we have the commutative property for addition. This one, we've got parentheses, and it looks like we are missing part of the equation. I see the 299, I see a 199, we're missing a 199 over on this side. And we can tell then with the parentheses in the exact same order that this is going to be the associative property. On this side, very similar to 14, I see 111, I see a 33, I see a 444. What we're missing is the 22. And since they're in the exact same order, this would be considered the associative property. Alright, and then with this one, it looks like our order has changed up a little bit. I see those are the same. I see a 121 and a 121. I see a 1212 and a 1212, so we must be missing $1.22. No parentheses, and the numbers are changing. They're moving out of order. They're the same value, they're just moving out of order. So this one would be the commutative property. I said it wrong again, commutative property. All right, thanks for working with me today.